Radio Irish Down Under goes walkabout around the world in 30 seconds with Henry O'Donovan. He's visiting Ireland, England, Scotland, France, Germany, Spain, Czechoslovakia, and Thailand too. Come join us here on Radio Irish Down Under as our man in Australia, Henry O'Donovan, goes globetrotting around the world in 30 seconds with Henry O'Donovan, right here on RadioIrish.com.
Well, we're going in for the kill here on Radio Irish with an extended Around the World for you now, as we shoot off to the well-worn cobbled streets of Dublin, Ireland, where we find our man Henry O'Donovan knocking about outside a 2FM mobile radio studio near Stephen's Green. Now, for those of you who don't know, 2FM is the national public broadcasting station that caters to Ireland's youth. And I'm pretty sure, as Henry knocks around outside this here 2FM mobile unit, I'm pretty sure that that's me old flower Niki Hayes on the air in that 2FM mobile unit. Hello, Niki! I'm pretty sure that's you in there, all right. Honest to goodness, Henry, you should have gone in and said hello to Niki Hayes. Sure, Niki and I worked together on Dublin's Spin 103.8. Hi, Niki.
Never worked on that station, but, didn't really need to. I was on Radio Nova.
So let's catch up now with Henry as he takes us on a trip down memory lane in Dublin, Ireland, and visits the famous Radio Nova building at 19 Herbert Street in Dublin too, where we all got our start in commercial radio. Henry, Bob and myself. The famous Radio Nova building at 19 Herbert Street in Dublin too, which should really be a landmark building at this stage on the Irish Rock and Roll Hall of Fame trail, considering it was Radio Nova who introduced young people in Ireland to rock music and pop music. It was Radio Nova. Now, Henry and Bob also head off to Goggins Pub in Doonlera to meet up with a very special Radio Irish guest, the undisputed king of talk radio in Ireland, Chris Barry. Take it away there, Henry.
Hello, welcome to Radio Irish Down Under from Dublin, Ireland. We've gone walkabout. We're not in Australia anymore. In fact, we're not going to be in Australia for some time. Now, if you look at this yellow door behind me, this is 19 Herbert Street in Dublin too. This is where a station called Radio Nova made history in this country. Radio Nova was broadcast not only in Ireland but halfway through Europe on AM and FM at the time. I worked for Radio Nova.
Radio Nova, the music's just begun. Radio Nova, Europe's #1.
Radio Nova, the music's just begun.
Radio Nova, Europe's #1.
So it's just good to come back and see this place, because when the government tried to close the station because it didn't have a license, there was literally thousands of people lined right from the end of this end of the street to the other end of the street. Many, many thousands of people shouting Radio Nova.
I feel sure that we'll all be back together again, and all these people will be back in this building earning the wages they worked so hard for. Bye-bye.
People, and listen to me. It's Christmas, so I tell you my story. Move and groove and shake and prance, and check out my story while you do your dance. It's a queer old tale, and it's really true about.
Did you cook this time for me? Can you just check that I still have the outside light?
I can tell it now since I turned.
And get them to roar Nova, Nova.
I thought my sister's dolls were great. I never had time for Action Man and for sports and things. I didn't give a damn. All the other kids thought I was a sissy. They said that I always acted pretty, but I never cared about what they would say. And so, me dears, I turned out gay. Say it, girls, come on. always said I should go in the army. I told them all they were raving about it. They tried all ways to change me round. The carter doctors, all the farms, and things to sell, and you can see they never did make me round. It's the feeling. Wish we could have got some better food. Take me to the bridge. Me makeup and a bit of glam, with me high heels and me Gucci bags and me lovely face.
Well, let's go down the pub.
The great Tony Allen closing down Radio Nova. The historic Radio Nova closed down. There were several other close downs after that because the station reopened, but this is the footage from the historic Radio Nova close down. Visit the Tony Allen Memorial Fund, which was established to support charities and causes that were close to Tony's heart at tonyallen.org.
The best music on Radio Nova.
Now let's rejoin our man on the ground, Henry O'Donovan, as he visits the historic Radio Nova building at 19 Herbert Street in Dublin 2, Ireland, from where Radio Nova broadcast.
So it's just good to come back and see this place, because when the government tried to close the station because it didn't have a licence, there was literally thousands of people lined right from the end of this end of the street to the other end of the street. Many, many thousands of people shouting Radio Nova. It's truly historical. Radio Nova changed the face of radio in Ireland and changed the lives of many broadcasters who now work on, for instance, RTE, the national broadcaster, even CNN. So I just thought I'd let you see that. This is Henry for Radio Irish Down Under, going walkabout.
On 738 AM and 103 FM in stereo, this is Energy. The sound of Nova.
And I'm in Dublin, and across the road from me, there's a hair salon. Now, if you look at the panel there, Caroline, this used to be Energy 103, a very, very successful radio station in the mid to late 80s and owned by the owner of Radio Nova, Chris Carey.
And sure didn't we all work for the great Chris Carey on Radio Nova and Energy 103, Henry, Bob, myself, and a host of Ireland's top broadcasters. Chris Carey sadly passed away February the 22nd, 2008, and is survived by his wife Sybil and two sons Nico and Alex. And with so many of those ex-Radio Nova broadcasters now heard on Ireland's top commercial stations, and many like myself who have left Ireland for now at least, and who bring the Radio Nova tradition and school of thought out into the world, isn't it great now to see Henry O'Donovan enjoy a pint and a good old laugh about the days of Radio Nova with our good friends Bob Gallico and Ireland's undisputed king of talk radio, Chris Barry, in Goggins Pub on Monkstown Road, Doonlira, County Dublin. Yes, celebrated Radio Nova broadcaster Chris Barry there, looking in fine fettle altogether and having a blast with Bob Gallico and Henry O'Donovan. I'm missing a grand time there, so I am. And of course, then there's the ladies, who are finding themselves dreadfully shy all of a sudden, now that Henry's camera is firmly fixed upon them.
Don't get all camera shy of me now, girls. Can you say I love Radio Irish New York?
I love Radio Irish in New York.
No, you say it. Now go on, you can say it. You can do it.
Oh yeah, it's nice that we get all quiet and the camera's turned on.